doing, honey?
I'm good. How are you?
We found a movie that completely destroyed my Christmas spirit.
Yeah, me too.
It was done. We found it.
Yeah.
This one hurt.
Hurt real bad.
You are being very, very naughty.
Naughty this! Carpet Day!
Hello, everybody. This is just another movie night. I'm Scott.
And I am Joe.
You sure are. And we're talking trash as normal, like we do. And we are talking trash about one specific movie today that really sucks.
Really, really, really sorry.
What was this thing called again?
It's called Christmas Bloody Christmas.
All right, look, here's the deal. I never do this, but I wrote a little opening thought, but that I'm going to present to you right now.
Okay.
All right? Mm-hmm. This is my opening thought about the first 20 plus minutes of this film. You ready?
I'm ready.
After 20 minutes of unrelenting, improvised blabbering by two people who were obviously given an outline of plot, while an off-screen fan shoots out fake snow and CGI flakes fall in front of it, which makes a tiresome, anger-inducing, neon-shot visual and audio diarrhea, I wished the movie would club itself to death. But still, we pressed on. That was my thought that I wrote down. How did you feel about this?
Well, you're being nice. That was very kind.
You think that was kind?
I think that was kind because the way I felt about this movie was pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Oh, I gotta tell you right off the bat, it was like pure puke to my ears. Pure puke. I mean, the two lead characters that we are following in this movie, Tori and or whatever the guy's
Wow,
name is.
you actually remember a name.
Yes,
God,
I remember
wow.
the name Tori.
That's awesome.
I gotta tell you, she is the most repulsive, rancid character. She is so awful. I can't stand the dialogue, the forced dialogue. This character's views on movies and how matter of fact she is, and she's just trashy. There's just nothing but trash coming out of her mouth. I just don't like this character at all. I didn't like her from minute one.
Here's the thing, right? There's no way this was a script. If this was a script that these two people are talking about, and they're reading dialogue that was written for them, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, fucking hope that's not true. What I think is happening here, and I could be wrong. I could be 100% wrong. But what I think is happening, they told them, here's an outline. We got to get from A to B. This is Christmas Eve. It's late. You guys work at the store. You have two friends working at a toy store. And you have to get from A to B. What's basically going to happen is you two are going to have sex. Well, you two are going to hook up. You guys are coworkers. We're going to follow you from point A to B to C. And then plot will happen. Mm-hmm. And that's a good half an hour, maybe. And what I think happened is they told them, here's who your characters are. Write just improvised dialogue. Guys, have a natural conversation. Make it feel natural. So what I think is, and I could be wrong. I hope I'm not. I hope somebody didn't write this. Because what's going on is this character's virtually diarrheaing out of her mouth in what I would say is today's, like, there's like a new trend where people have to shit on things or like things that people don't like. Mm-hmm. And they think that's who they are. It makes up who the people are. Like, oh, I have to be different. And the way to be different is to shit on things people like and love things that people hate. Mm-hmm. And people define characters like themselves on that these days. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
I hate it too.
And so this character is going out of her way to basically say, I love everything people hate, and that's what makes me cool.
Yeah.
And so we get like 20 minutes of, I'm so cool, I'm a guy, I talk like a guy, and
Yeah.
I'm a 20 something boss, and you're my employee, and you're also 20 somethings, or you're late 20s, and you're my employee, and I'm better. And it just goes on and on. Oh, and to make things better, I listen to cool music everybody else doesn't. I hate Christmas. This is why there is no such things as good Christmas movies, and the only Christmas that I like are the dark ones because I define myself on darkness.
You're the one that was complaining all day about fucking Christmas this, Christmas that. Oh, I fucking hate Christmas.
Well, Christmas fucking sucks. Do you not agree that there's no good fucking Christmas music, no good Christmas movies?
Bad
Just fucking
Religion
get it
album.
over
Great
with.
Christmas album.
And you know what? Fuck him. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to curse so much, but God, I hate that, and I hate that as a person.
This character was total trash.
Yeah, I
Everything
agree.
about her. I mean,
I
it was
hate to
just
say that.
terrible.
Because fine, I don't think, like, I don't. This actress, it's. I think it's more the character is just whatever. I don't hate the actor, and I don't hate the actress, but it's just, when there's there's a clear part in this movie where the actress is going so over the top with screaming and in pain and agonizing pain that they actually have to boost the volume of the song because it's so relentlessly obnoxious.
Yeah, they had to actually make the music louder
Yeah.
in the movie so you couldn't hear her like moaning and groaning and and agonizing over, getting almost killed or whatever. But I gotta tell you, I did not root for this character. We're supposed to.
Did not
I
root
didn't
for this character.
at all. Like the things that happen in this movie. First of all, I was telling you the way I felt was it kind of had that Rob Zombie feel. Oops, I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Yeah. So it had like a Rob Zombie dirty feel to it, and then you had a dirty lead character who was just filthy. Everything about her was filthy.
All right, let's go get shit-faced. But you're not getting anything either, so if you want to go flick your fucking bean, do what you need to do. Come on.
And then you had the guy who was her, wingman in it. And he was just filthy and
Turn off the music.
Well, considering you're gonna saddle up with old Emma eyeliner, I'm not sure how I should feel about that.
Well, I don't work with Emmett eyeliner, do I?
Well, I am better looking than that douche, though, right?
Do you want to fucking die? Get your fucking grubby shoes off the counter, kill the music before I change my mind.
Should I meet you there, or?
No, we're gonna walk.
Well, it's fucking snowing out.
Oh my god, that's so scary! Come on, get those chicken legs out. Let's go for a walk. I gotta bring this to Lana.
Why? They close at 6. You're not gonna be open.
No, they'll still be there. They're having a little Christmas Eve fuck fest.
What the hell? Why?
You don't want to fuck in a toy store?
No. Well, maybe. I mean,
Sounds like you don't want to fuck in a toy store.
it's just kind of weird. Like, I feel sorry for the kid that's gonna go in tomorrow buy a teddy bear covered in fucking cum.
Oh my god, we're gonna scar him, that poor child. Come on, fuck up behind you.
just everybody was just filthy and the whole, like, I don't know. It's the word of the day.
You look
filthy.
at it a whole nother way because I get it. I get that this is like a like a late teen, like a not late teen, but like a late 20s.
They have to be in their
early
late 20s.
person who's just like trying to get that across. And fine, that's who these characters are. I don't care enough. It's just that we had to follow that. When a movie usually uses the first 30, 20 minutes to set up its world and its characters, This movie wasted its time on giving us banter that was like dialogue thrown out by Kevin Smith.
That's what it seemed like. It did seem
it's
like that.
stuff even he wouldn't use.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
that-
like Kevin Smith's trash heap dialogue that was in the dumpster that they took out of there.
It's like, and you're saying dirty and all that. I don't think. Look, that's who she is. That's what this person is, and there's people out there who are like that, and they get off on like hating on everything. And
There aren't many albums that give me that spirit of fucking Christmas.
Well, that's fucking religion, ain't it, buddy? You knew that. I would go as far to say there's like fucking two Christmas songs that are good. And that's if you don't count if, and only if, you don't count fucking Crypt Keeper Christmas rap.
Okay, Love Tales from the Crypt, that song sucks the fucking shit out of my ass.
fine. That's who we got as our main characters. Fine, but introduce other people in this world. Make this world seem livable or realistic.
Yeah, there was
in
nobody
some
else
sense.
in the town. It was like there was a
It
handful
feels
of people.
like a ghost town.
Yeah.
And the people that we get are just instantly killed. So
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't even matter. Like, so you can't even feel about them because you don't know them. And they
Right.
feel so fake that when they die, you could care less.
Right.
And so we could just quickly move on and just say, here's the plot. People rant for 20 to 30 minutes straight. A robot Santa Claus that's like a Teddy Ruxpin, some reason in this world. You know what? We've seen the Killer Santa Claus movies before, and this is not going to help that genre of Killer Santa Claus
No,
movies.
it's not.
It's just going to probably make it even more hard to make another one, because this is like, hey, Chucky, Terminator, and Silent Night, Deadly Night thrown into one blender and with terrible writing and dialogue. You
Yeah.
said Rob Zombie. One of the things I actually liked about it is that they interestingly used lighting from Christmas lights to shoot, like to light the scenes. And I thought it added a weird vibe to it that kind of worked. Whereas the Munsters, which is what you were referencing, Rob Zombie's lighting and everything, where I felt like that they try to make it a cartoon, and I get it, but it didn't feel like the Munsters a little too much to me. This one, you know what? This is a horror movie, so the vibe of gore and impending slaughter kind of being lit in that grimy way, that really strange neon, gets the vibe of a killer robot and Christmas, and I'm like, that is the best thing this movie's got going for it.
Okay.
This one hurt. I wish it was better, and it was hard to watch all the way through. But like I was saying, though, the premise is easy. We get from point A to B. Those people, a killer Santa Claus just kills people, comes after them. These people, for some reason, go home and they go. You think they're gonna have sex? There's a sex scene, but it's just a guy, what I would say, eating out a belly button. And it's like Tommy Wiseau level terrible. He's on her belly button with her underwear still on, but it's supposed to be,
Yeah. Yeah.
sexual. But it is so badly done.
It's worse with the robot Santa when they try to show us that he was hurt or like damaged, but they put a green light bulb in his mouth, in the actor's mouth, and put like one LED light next to his eye to make it look like he was damaged. I'm like, okay, come on now. And
You moved on from the sex real quick, but I just wanted to say what was really odd about that was they're gonna have sex, we're getting oral, and then we're apparently getting oral, and then she just puts her clothes back on. She's like, you know, I'm done with you.
yeah, that was it.
It was so
like,
weird.
okay, like it was very odd. The whole thing was just so odd. I mean, the characters were unlikable. There was like, the script was just terrible. The robot Santa, like I knew at the end that they were gonna, spoiler alert, don't worry, don't watch this movie anyway, but they were gonna do the Terminator thing
It's
where
just the Terminator.
they literally ripped his skin off and he was the Terminator underneath.
And what's really bad is the camera angles. When we say this, we're breaking it down real quick because nothing happens. You just follow from point A to point B, and people just get killed that you've just met in that instant. And they just die. And we follow this girl getting... for some reason, this killer Santa Claus stalking her. I don't know. I don't know why.
Because there's
doesn't make
no
sense
one
why he
else in the town.
cares.
There's no one else in the town to kill, so he's just killing her. But he's a robot.
You think it would just keep killing everybody in the block? Instead, it just focuses on her.
Right.
At one point, it just keeps coming for her.
It's a robot who goes haywire, but why does it have a vendetta against her?
Yeah, we
But
don't know.
You know, he ends up killing the only 2 cops in the entire police station. So
Well, yeah, it
That's
had
it.
already killed another one.
yeah,
And they
I mean,
killed the
there's 3
paramedics.
cops, there's a paramedic, and then there's this girl and her friends, and he just kills whatever person he comes across, but we don't even know why or what happened. He just went haywire.
You
That's
know
all
why?
we know.
It's the Terminator. Because they know in the Terminator, it's going after the woman. So here they're doing the same thing, but they're not thinking about, oh, in the Terminator, there's a reason it's going for her.
Right.
And here they have no reason. They're just going, oh, it's cool. It's happened in the Terminator. It's going to work here. The worst part about it is the camera shots are all on top of, in their face. So you can't really see the world. You just see focused in movement of the character's face and the robot, so it looks like a mess moving. And she's just like screaming and like riling around, bloody and wet, and from whatever happens later on. And you can't really get a focus on any of it. It all just looks like grime,
Yeah.
and it's happening so quick that it's a mess. And guess what, guys? The movie ends.
That's it.
The robot's dead. The girl survives.
Yeah.
Finn.
That's it.
And you know what? We're getting through this one quick because this sucks. We both hated it.
I hate it.
And we're going to move on to something else today. We're going to do something a little different. We're going to talk about some other things. But you want to give your final score on this Christmas movie? I can't even remember the name of it.
It's called Christmas Bloody Christmas,
you
and
think
it's on Shudder.
Yeah, it was a Shudder exclusive.
Just came out, and I'm giving this movie a 3. I hated it.
Do you think you can come up with a better name for this? Like, I don't know, Christmas Rex or
Oh my god, yeah. Like, but you couldn't even tell the guy was robotic. The Santa was supposed to be a robot. Like he didn't.
robot name.
He literally did nothing that would indicate that he was a robot, except for them when they put the green light in his mouth. Like, okay, there's a green light in his mouth.
How about Mechanic Mus?
Mechanic Mus? No, I don't like that one. Yeah, I got nothing. This movie just
Santa Claus. I don't know. I've
Santa-
got to come up with something.
No, you can't say Santa Claus.
No,
He's not
I was thinking something with mechanical.
Santa Bot. That's all I got. Santa Bot. It was a piece of crap. I don't know. Let's move on.
Santurnima. That's
Santur-
a Terminator. Santerminator.
Sin Terminator.
Yeah. How much? What did you give it?
A 3.
Yeah, it's a 3.
a
I
sack of
hated it.
crap. I
Yeah,
hated it.
it was so a letdown. There's actually a part in this movie where he even storms the cop station just like the Terminator, and there's some cool fire and some cool, practical stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's just so boring. It's just so
it's
like
terrible.
you end. The last rampage goes on for 20 minutes.
Yeah, see, let me say this. I'll say this and just, give the director and writer just enough credit that he did try to make a movie, but you know what? Maybe next time don't spend a lot of freaking time on dialogue that's useless and terrible and two main characters that are terrible. Just go right into the carnage.
Yeah, but what you do with this is you establish your world of characters who might die later. You establish a world in which if this robot goes on a rampage, people that you've met and you kind of feel bad for die. Instead, we literally just spend 20 minutes of these two people ranting. We see a bartender does not come back.
Yeah, they're friends. Which one of them is Jonah Ray. Okay, so we like Jonah Ray from, Mystery Science Theater. However, I felt so bad for him in this movie because number one, he had 0 to do.
Yeah.
And number 2, he had to shove his face into someone's ass.
Yeah, but he turned his face sideways. It's very funny. Looking.
It's very funny,
Obviously,
but,
he's not really doing it.
I know, he's not really doing it, but still, just to be that close to someone's butthole that you don't even know, that's just, okay. Sorry, Jonah Ray. It sucks for you, but,
yeah.
I mean, whatever. At least if Jonah Ray was the lead, I would have probably rooted for him more than I did this girl, but whatever. This movie sucked anyway. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's move on.
Losing interest already. Come on.
Well, moving on we're gonna do this. I got something to spring on you right now. We're gonna do a talking trash. We're gonna talk trash about talking trash.
Man, what a hideous, ugly place.
I like it. It's a statement.
Something that we created this year, and we started doing for fun.
Okay.
So we're gonna talk about
Shuffling papers. He actually has
shuffling papers.
he has like a whole bunch of stuff written down here, and he just handed me a piece of paper.
So we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing, and we're going to do a year-end recap of Talking Trash. We started it this year in July. We've always wanted to do a podcast or videos. We've always wanted to talk about movies. We absolutely love movies, and we love talking about. We don't love talking about bad Santa Claus movies. Well, we do actually.
I mean, we do when they're interesting and fun.
But we're getting away from that crap, and we just wanted to start it off with saying, well, you know, maybe we're going to talk trash about this movie. Oh, it sucks. Let's move on.
Okay,
so we're going to move on. So this is the end of year recap, Talking Trash edition.
Talking trash.
Well, we're basically, I just want to talk to you about what we're doing, why we're doing it. Are we having fun? What did we think about it looking back so far? So, yeah, we started in July. And we've always wanted to do this, and we finally got off our butts, and we are giving it a chance.
Yeah.
And I'm having a ball.
I'm having fun too, and I gotta say, as much as I'm pretty harsh on these, movies, I love bad movies. It's what I live for. I love bad, especially bad horror movies. I love that. So this is my favorite thing. But I love when they're so bad they're good. So if I'm being a little hard on Christmas, Bloody Christmas, it's because it was just so unwatchable. And that's not what I like. I don't like movies to be unwatchable. I like movies to be fun and ridiculous and over the top with bad acting that's so bad it's just good. And that's what I like. So
yeah, I mean, we love this, right? So we've been thinking about doing stuff like this for a long time. And the funniest part is this is not, I think this is the first thing we did starting this out was a review on Nope. That was the first episode we ever did, and that's for our other show. We have two shows. We got Best Before and After,
yes.
And we have, which didn't start out that way. We just started evolving it, and we've been evolving all of this stuff. We've been learning as we're going. We really don't know what we're doing, but we're
new
fun.
podcasters. We don't know what we're doing.
And I know everybody's doing it. I know everybody's got one out there, and if you listen to this and you're coming, and we really, really appreciate you. But yeah, so we've been doing this for a while. We've done. This is the 21st episode. This is going to be the 21st episode.
Wow.
Of Talking Trash, and we've done 20 episodes before this, starting in July, like I said before. And the first episode we did was demonic.
Oh, God.
Which is really crazy if
Yes.
you look back at it. Now, I wasn't able to write the scores that you gave for each movie.
That's
I wanted
okay.
to, but I didn't have your IMDb.
I'm pretty sure I can remember.
I'm not even sure if you even sometimes you don't rate them. You never put it in. I should have been writing these down from the moment go, but I wrote all mine down. Now, I guess my question is, it's funny I'm afraid to ever go back to these first two episodes. Maybe the first three, because we had no idea what we were doing, and we were using lapel mics that were Bluetooth, and sometimes they did not work, and I would find out later on. And I think it was in the second episode, which is House on the Bayou, which has my favorite thing ever in it.
Oh God,
so
I can't.
The funniest part about that is when we recorded it, it cut out your mic.
Oh.
Or you know what? It cut out my mic. And so in the last half of the episode, I think one of our mics was out. And I still put it up because I thought it was too much fun to not put up.
Yeah.
And so it has like an entire bit of audio just completely missing. And these lapel mics really weren't great at you could hear everything. And the echo and everything. We got new mics. We're learning. I'm using a device. I'm over editing, overthinking everything. I'm still doing it. But yeah, going back, how do you feel? Like, do you remember our first episode and like starting this out and like trying to find our way? 'Cause I
I'm
don't-
trying to figure out what was demonic about. Was that
don't
wasn't
even
the one
remember,
with
you
the
know?
freaking kid, right?
That was actually directed by, I believe, Neil Blomkamp.
No.
Yeah, and it was about a woman who goes into a computer program to talk to her comatose mother. And it turns
Yeah.
out that she's actually keeping a demon inside of the device.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I remember this. That's right. And
I
there's some
liked it.
creepy parts in there, but
I liked it way more than you did, as
You-
I recall.
yeah, you gave it a 5, I gave it a 4.
Yeah, I figured.
I thought that some of it was creepy, but I didn't. I think they could have done so much more with it.
Yeah,
So-
but how did you looking back? Since you don't even remember the movie, you probably don't remember that
No, I
first
do
episode.
know. I know. I do know.
I wonder, like, I think we started because what I really enjoy is taking these trashy movies, like finding these movies,
Mm-hmm.
and just like kind of running through the plot and like deciphering what's happening and talk about it and joke about it during the way, which I think we've gotten way more and more fun with.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we've like started like, and I love putting in clips from the movie that are insane or peppering like funny little audio bits. Mm-hmm. So,
You're really good at the editing.
oh, thanks, because I who
You're-
knows how other people will feel, but yeah,
I think you're great at it.
it's a real. It took us a while. What's funny is finding what movies we want to do the talking trash on. Mm-hmm. Because in the beginning, we just started recording after we watched something, and sometimes we liked them. I liked them a little better than I thought I would. And I think that of all like right off the bat, some of those other ones like talking trash on demonic, I was like, this isn't that bad. I don't know if this deserves it, but after that, we started going downhill. I found
goodness, yeah.
very bad movies. What's funny in those first 2 episodes, the second episode was A House on the Bayou. You liked that more than me. I hated it, but I liked demonic
I
more
think
than you.
I gave House
I
on
think
the
you gave
Bayou
that
a
a 5.
5. Yeah, I gave that a 5.
Yeah.
I think I
After
did.
that, we went downhill and we started going crazy. We found, I would say, out of the entire. Well, now, when I say 20 episodes, 21 now, but the 20 episodes before this episode, there 5 don't count because 5 we did a November special edition where we did only movies that we have already seen that we love. Bad movies. So that we called that Turkey Fest. That was the
Yeah,
first
that was Turkey
our
Fest.
something we think is really fun and hopefully we can do it again. And we hope more people listen and everything. So we're bringing that back. So really without the 5 there's 15 movies. And again, another one of these doesn't count because there's also we did an episode that I sprung on you and I wanted to talk about Vin Diesel.
Yeah, we did.
And so there's an entire episode of Vin
The
Diesel.
Chronicles of Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and that that episode, which I thought was a lot of fun, we actually talked about 2 specific movies in there while we were talking about it. I think it was a movie called Babylon AD and something else we had just seen. Oh, it was the last Riddick movie, and I think it's just called Riddick. And I think we maybe talked about.
Yeah.
We might have talked about some other stuff in there, but so that kind of still counts because we talked about a couple movies in there using like Bloodshot. I think was also discussed in there. But
We
I like,
have so much fun with Vin Diesel movies. We do.
yeah, and I perfectly for talking trash. I think that's a lot of fun. I don't know how many of these you remember, and I don't know, but I wanted to ask you, like so far we're doing this in these movies that we've watched. Have you really like, is there movies that stand out or moments that stand out from like episodes that we've done that you really enjoyed?
Well, I had a lot of fun watching Zombie 3 and especially doing our podcast after we watched the movie. I thought that was so much fun because I don't think I laughed so hard ever. Like I laughed so hard at some of the things that were going on in that.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. I love that.
When you're saying that though, do you mean the movie? Because I think of all these movies we
No.
watched, that movie was my absolute favorite of the Talking Trash.
I
movies
mean,
we've
if
done
you're
this
gonna go
month- this year,
by ratings, yeah. I mean, by ratings, I would say that was probably
it's
one of the better
to me. It's the diamond in the rough. Like not
Yeah.
because it's any better than any of these other movies. Some of these probably are more competently made, but Zombie 3 was such a blast I could not believe we hadn't seen it before, and I put it on my list of so bad it's good. So it's honestly up there with the movies we put for the Turkey Fest this year. So it's right up there with me right now with Miami Connection, Hard Ticket to Hawaii,
Oh,
which we've
yeah.
done this year.
I mean, are we counting those? Because those are our favorites.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That I think that Zombie 3 goes on that list with those movies.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean,
These other ones, no.
yeah.
I don't think any of these other ones go on there. So out of all these movies, I got the list in front of you now. Mm-hmm. Which ones do you think were the worst that we've watched?
The worst. Oh God, I gotta say right now, I'm looking at this list and Student Body. Student Body.
Student Body. Do you think that's the worst? I was wondering about this too because it's pretty bad. I would tell you right off the bat, I think that Student Body might have been the worst that we watched. I just absolutely did not like it at all. And it's funny because this Christmas movie we just talked about, it's right up there with obnoxious characters dying.
You know.
But I think it is bad. I think it is that bad.
All right. Well, okay. Here's the thing. You gave Student Body a 2. And I gotta tell you, I hated this movie.
And
I
you
gave it a 3.
Yeah, you're really generous on some of these movies.
Because I thought that the actual camera work was not awful. But I also gave that movie Bloody Christmas a 3. Now, I don't know what my mindset is. There were some decent directing. There was some decent directing in Bloody Christmas as well. But I'm going to say overall, as a plot, yes, the robotic Santa guy, that's a little generic and dumb. But the Student Body, that movie, it was so predictable and stupid. And I didn't root for any of these characters at all.
I think
So
there was like an endearing moment between some of the characters and two scenes in Student Body I remember standing out.
yeah,
But I couldn't care less.
you know, I'm gonna have to tell you, since I gave them both the same rating, I'm gonna tell you that Bloody Christmas was the biggest sack of shit on this entire list. I hated it.
I gotta tell you, and I'll kind of try to sway you on this because
Okay.
the gore was decent in the Christmas movie, but Student Body had absolutely no gore.
That's true. They didn't show anything
It didn't
at all.
have anything for you to look forward to.
Right. The people in the movie were murdered, and then they just
Off-screen.
showed a pool of blood,
Yes.
and that's all we got. So, all right. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right.
And
okay.
you had a really obnoxious character in that too.
Oh, the
That
main
was-
character that I
well,
kept saying her
not
name.
the main character, but the one that was picking on the main
Merit.
character. Yeah,
Merit. Yeah, the main. Yeah,
she
main
was
bully.
terrible.
I can't believe I remember her name.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah.
will say in this Christmas movie, I give them some credit for some actual effects. They blew up like a
Yeah.
car, and the fire looks really good. And although they're throwing dummies, at least they're trying.
Yeah.
And you know, there's one part where he acts as one of the children at a Christmas tree, and I was like, you know what, this gets a pass. This is a horror movie. Student Body, on the other hand, I don't know what it is.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? You swayed me. I really I got to tell you though, I thought both movies were they tie. They both take the piece of shit cake.
So what you're telling me, those are worse than the Munsters?
Yes. Yes, 100%. As much as I did not care for the Munsters, I thought that it was kind of, Rob Zombie kind of messed it up. I gotta tell you that I think that movie last night, watching that Bloody Christmas, it was painful as hell. It was painful. And I was pained just as much watching Student Body.
I'm trying to look over my ratings here. The average rating has been 4. The average rating. There is 3s,
Yeah.
only 1, 2. All 3s, 4s, and 5s. The average, I think, is 4. So it
You're
would
right.
average up to 4. And that's really freaking funny.
It is.
Okay, so what do you think the best episode is that we've done so far on this Talking Trash?
You mean the funnest to talk about, or
Well, the
of
one that
best
just
movie?
came out the best after we finished it and we listened to it and you were like, okay, this was funny. This was a good time. Is there one that stands out?
Well,
Like,
I like the Miami Connection one because I laughed a lot because your editing and your plugins were so brilliant. And I laughed. I'm sitting at work at my desk laughing out loud when I was listening to it. So I'm going to say that Miami Connection.
This looks like your brother. I didn't know you have a brother.
It's my father.
What? This is your real father?
Yes, it is.
You sure? I didn't know you had a father. I thought we are all orphans.
To me,
Yeah.
a couple of the standouts. I've actually had a really nice person reach out and tell
And Zombie
me.
3.
The Death One compound is far more dangerous than any of us ever imagined. The military consider it an extremely powerful bacteriological weapon.
Zombie 3.
Zombie 3 is the one that stands out for me the most, with Hocus Pocus following up, because I shared some of my
Oh
pain.
my God,
and
yes.
I had a good time
The
talking.
whole like
doing
soap
that.
opera music that you
Yeah,
put in there.
I
So
put some,
yeah, there's three
my tragic
standouts.
backstory.
Yes.
I like that. I've had some people reach out to me. Some really, really nice people have reached out to me. So I had someone really nice reach out and tell me that Godzilla vs. Megalon was amazing. That they said that they remembered the whole movie through me us talking about it. And all the scenes and stuff I put in there were like, holy crap, it was like reliving my childhood.
Oh, that's really
so
sweet.
that was really nice. But
Yeah.
I also had someone reach out and tell me, it was a friend told me the Vagrant made her laugh very, very hard. She's not the Vagrant. I'm sorry. It was Godsend.
Oh, the
She
Godsend,
said, "Holy
yeah.
crap! I'm laughing my ass off listening to you guys talk about this."
I think we lost our minds during that podcast. We just were like, what is
Yeah.
happening in this movie?
I had somebody say, what was it? Someone liked we did a special episode, which was I think trashing ourselves, which was episode 13.1.
Yes, one of my
It was-
coworkers said they liked that one. a
Yeah,
lot.
another person reached out on Instagram and told me, "Wow, I really loved you guys talking about yourselves and making jokes about embarrassing moments." We did the entire episode, if you haven't listened to it, about making fun of ourselves, embarrassing moments, and so that was a lot of fun. I hope to
Yeah.
do something else like that again.
Yeah,
You know,
we can.
I think we should always do a nice annual trashing ourselves. I don't remember when we did that. I think it was right before. You know what? It was the end. It was for Halloween. It was the Halloween special.
Yeah, because it was after we talked about Halloween Ends.
Yeah. So I think for me, it's between Hocus Pocus and Zombie 3 were my favorite to listen to.
Yeah, I got a trifecta.
I actually had a really lot of fun talking to you about those movies
Yeah.
and losing our minds. Recently, I did an edit on Plan 9, which turned out to be a huge debacle as we were talking about it. My favorite thing about that episode is we kept saying to each other, I've seen it so many times, I know word by word, and then we could not remember the plot.
I know, it's so funny because you know what, the dialogue and like just watching the mannerisms of the actors was like, I was so engrossed, and I know exactly what happens in the movie.
It's insane.
I just couldn't
even remember names.
I couldn't verbalize it.
I couldn't even remember names, and that's another running thing. We should do a little joking around about the things that we keep screwing up on. I keep screwing up because I keep saying words too fast, and so I just make words into new words.
I know, I love your new words though.
Yeah, I mash them all. I just said mash them. See? I mash them all up, and
he can't speak.
yeah, I get so excited. I love talking about movies, and I say things wrong constantly, and I love when you bring it to my attention because I think it's funny. So it's one of my favorite things. And for you, we keep joking around. How many times can you say, and you know?
Oh, and you know, and
you know.
So I'm trying to like be better with not saying
What do I keep saying to you? No, I don't know because you didn't say it yet. That's
and you know,
funny.
you know, and that's my problem. I'm trying to get better.
What a trip! It's so much fun. I'm really enjoying doing it. And you know what? I wanted to ask you also the most disappointing movie maybe of the year for us. We did into a Talking Trash episode. We actually started out Halloween Ends as a before and after review, and I said, "Screw that! This is Talking Trash."
I was infuriated
because we could not talk about the whole movie as a spoiler.
I was
We had to.
infuriated. I was like, I lost my mind when I watched that.
I just couldn't believe what that movie ended up being, and it's still baffling to me. And it's
Yeah.
also baffling seeing the the support, the whole thing, and it makes me wonder if he did this on purpose, like if he wanted to do, because it very ties back to Halloween 3, which is also a debated movie, and I'm like, you know what? He replicated. I would think that lifelong debate about Halloween 3 being a good movie, and I think he did it on purpose. This will be Halloween 3 in another 10 years. People will be talking about this like it's a classic. Because people do that now for Halloween 3, which is very strange.
I disagree with that. I disagree with that because I don't think people are going to be talking about Halloween Ends. I don't think they will.
We're going to have to mark this on our calendar. Another 10 years, we're going to look into it.
Oh, boy.
And see what people are saying. Because Halloween 3 just keeps growing. And it's always baffled you and me. I know a lot of people love it, and, that's great.
Well, I think it's a lot to do with, Atkins, and also the fact that a lot of things happen in Halloween 3 that weren't very common back then.
I guess so.
They killed children. It's different.
It's different.
But I mean, a lot of people would also be like, well, there will eventually be Michael Myers in this movie called Halloween.
Yeah, screw that. A lot of people, every time you say you don't like a certain thing, they always have, it must be because of this. And one of the things is Halloween 3, everybody always says, oh, you expected Michael Myers. Everybody expected Michael Myers. Well, yeah, it's called Halloween 3. You can't make tomorrow Lord of the Rings and then be like, no, we're in New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you can't expect people to be happy. But beyond that, I'm cool with it moving on. Could care less if Michael Myers was in it. I'm cool if that's what the creator of that series wanted to do. Move on.
Well, now he's ground beef, so it's,
Yeah, well, done. Moving on to Halloween Ends, I will be shocked. I don't think I'll be shocked if it becomes more of a loved classic. And it would be like a cult status, then looked at as like a loved movie. I won't be shocked, and I actually think it'll happen. But for us, we were severely disappointed.
Severely, yeah. That was a huge letdown.
So let me do something else now, and I'm going to ask you a little quiz.
Oh, a quiz? Oh.
Not really a quiz, but I just want to see what you think.
Oh, it's like a little interview. All right.
Yeah, I'm going to interview on this.
This is cool.
Basically, I want you to guess what is the top 5 most listened to episodes of Talking Trash.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Most listened to.
1 would be the most listened to.
Of Talking Trash. Okay.
And 5 will be the, going down the thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Halloween Ends, because...
Number 1, you think is Halloween Ends?
No. I think that number 1...
20 episodes and 2 minis.
All right, The Munsters.
Number 1?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yes.
The Munsters is the most listened to episode of Talking Trash.
I figured that. I figured that would be it. Yep. Okay.
What do you think about that? Do you think that... Now, I wonder if we did scare off a shitload of people, because I would think that maybe the people who listen to movie talk, and since we do a lot of horror, we have a huge, probably first started off horror fans listen to the episodes.
Yeah.
And I think that we probably scared them all off.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure because I was pretty upset by the Munsters. I did find some good things about it, but like I said in my review of it, I'm not the hugest Rob Zombie fan, and just saying those words to the horror community makes me an outcast, and it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, you have to look at his catalog, and they're not all good movies, okay? They're just not. And I know that the fans don't want to admit that, and I know they're probably mad at me, and so they were probably listening to this podcast about on the Munsters, and they were probably like, oh, this bitch. So, and I'm sorry, you guys, but I'm sorry, but not sorry. I can't.
Well, you're apologizing. The people who stuck around are the ones that
that are still here.
Honest.
Yes, I am honest, and I'm going to tell you the truth. And there's a lot of shit about the Munsters that I didn't like.
But I do think that being the most listened to.
Yeah, and I'm not shocked by that either. Not shocked at all. Not shocked at all that that's number 1.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to give you huge kudos for picking that up. It's being the most listened to.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way it wouldn't be.
All right, so we're still doing the top 5. Now you're going on to number 2.
Number 2, Talking Trash, most talked about? Well, I mean, a lot of people like Godzilla. I really would like to say that Godzilla would be.
Not in the top 5.
Oh wow, well then it's got to be Hocus Pocus.
Wow, you're kicking ass. You're really
Yeah.
guessing these out.
I mean,
And this is another reason why we probably scare people off.
Right.
Talking about my tragic backstory. But I would hope that people really enjoyed that episode and laughed
I laughed my
at my
ass
pain
off.
and me sharing my tragic feelings. I bared my soul.
You
to
did
you
bare
all.
your soul. You did, and you know what? I appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So, all right, moving on. I can't. You're doing great. You're getting these. So number 3.
Okay, so number 3 most listened to. I have to go by what I think that, people would be totally all about. And I want to say that because there's a lot of Giallo and Italian fans out there, I would like to say that it was Zombie 3.
Well, did you see this? Do you have this written over there? What the? How are you getting these?
Because I'm just going by what I know of people.
I can't. You're 3 for 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I just take by what I know of people and what I know of the horror community.
I'm very impressed. If
Yeah.
you get these last 2,
Oh God, I think I'm
Whoa.
gonna go downhill now. But number 4 most listened to.
there's no way you're gonna get these. If you get these last 2, wow.
Okay, I'm gonna say that our other most listened to was Maximum Overdrive.
No.
Okay, that's not it. All right, I knew I was gonna fail at some point.
If
it's not-
I really don't believe you'll get these last 2.
I mean, is it a movie or is it like a special?
We're not counting.
We're not counting
Specials aren't on this, and we're not counting the episode on Wednesday. We did
So we're not doing Vin
Wednesday
Diesel.
instead of Talking.
We're not counting Vin Diesel. We're not
Oh,
counting.
that would have been on here, but yeah, just not the points. Basically, talking trash about ourselves, trashing ourselves. That's not on
That's
here.
not on there.
And the Wednesday episode isn't. And
All right, well then I'm gonna go ahead and say that number 4 would be Halloween Ends.
no, it's Miami Connection,
Wow.
which makes me happy. I actually am joking around because to me these are the 5 most listened to episodes we've done of talking trash, and I kept thinking to myself, this makes a lot of sense why I think people ran away certain episodes. And you know what? Since these are the most listened to, people went to them because they liked the thing that we were talking about, and we probably scared them off heavily. So Miami Connection, I think that the people who listened to that episode probably enjoyed it.
Yeah.
They probably enjoyed us.
Oh, it
loving
was
a
so
little
much
too
fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
All right, so
we
we've
have
got one
more.
more on that.
Yeah, I'll say that one belongs to Plan 9.
No, it would be House on the Bayou.
Oh God.
And when I was talking, I was trying to hint that
Jesus.
holy crap, because that's the episode that audio loses.
Yeah.
Like it cuts out. And the fact that that is so listened to is mind blowing
movie
to
was
me.
terrible.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
know
that's the
why
point,
people
but-
are intrigued by that episode. It's a little shocking.
All right, well I got 1, 2, and 3. I
You
did
did
all right.
awesome. So now I'm gonna make it a little harder.
Oh shit.
We're gonna do the bottom 5.
Oh, okay. The bottom 5, the least listened to.
The number 1 is the least listened to episode. we've
Number
done
1 is the least
on the Talking
listened to.
Trash episodes, which I love making fun of ourselves.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say that the least listened to one is probably. Oh God, I'll say that it's the least listened to would be. He's Out There.
You're fucking kicking ass. Yes, He's Out There.
Yeah, I hated that.
Wild that you figured that
I
out.
hated it.
Yeah, that's strange. I think there is a very big connection to the movies that are most listened to being like horror movies.
Yeah.
I noticed that. I think Miami Connection is the one outside of that horror community. It's for the bad movie fans.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, what is the second lowest?
Least listened to. Hell Trip.
No. It would be Hard Ticket to Hawaii.
Okay, what is wrong with you people? First of all, Hard Ticket to Hawaii is like a gem. It is a gift from God, that movie.
It was a fun record. And you know what's funny about that too? We screwed up plot on that.
Oh, we screw up everything. We're turds.
Yeah,
but like,
sometimes I was like listening to it and laughing. I'm like, wow, we were way off on that.
You know
plot.
what it is?
Like it happens, but we didn't do it in order, or we skipped something.
yeah, because I was like, it's usually my fault, 'cause I'm usually all over the place.
I cannot believe it. Right now we're talking about it, and I remember the villain's name is Seth. And I remember they
No,
said
we said Seth.
No, I
We
know,
did.
but we forgot so many parts with Seth. And I would love to bring it up, but the acting on this actor is insane. And I don't think I talked about it enough, but there's clips of him, and it is so friggin' funny. I think I stuck him in the thing as much as I could. But yeah, that was the second least. And then I think that you can maybe do the next three, because you did really good on the first one already. You got the first, which unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. So the next one, I'm gonna say student body.
Yes,
Okay.
nailed it.
Yeah, student body.
All right, fourth one.
The fourth one, I'm gonna say the invitation.
No, Plan 9.
Oh wow.
You know what? I get it, because that's probably the most talked about bad movie.
Yeah.
And I think that everybody's talking
I'm sure
about
people are like, we're sick of this already.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to. We love it, and we were doing movies that we love.
Yeah.
Bad movies that we love, and that's why I did. I think you had 3 picks, and I had 2 during
Yeah,
November.
I had more for whatever reason.
We just went. Whoever went first, then I would go. So I got 2.
Okay.
We let you picked 3, and you picked 3 that I think everybody that loves bad movies already knows about.
Yeah, that's true. I
And
mean, I didn't pick The Room, which I thought everyone.
Which you almost did, which is even more.
Which I was
talked
telling you,
about.
we should do just an episode on The Room, because seriously.
Well, yeah, we'll hold that off for the next
Yeah,
Turkey
we
Fest,
just
the
have
second
to.
annual Turkey Fest.
Yes.
And I picked 2 wild cards. I picked Maximum Overdrive, which turned out to be the lesser of the 5.
Mm-hmm.
But my other one was Godzilla versus Megalon.
Yes.
And I picked those because I thought nobody talks about these movies enough.
Right.
These are strange ones that
Which
people
they
should
don't.
talk about.
I mean, there's so many. I mean, the Godzilla fan base is so massive.
Oh, it's massive.
It's massive.
But
so,
you never, because I think that there's a lot of people out there who grew up like I did in America. The most seen American Godzilla film was Megalon. Everybody saw it because everybody had the rights to it here.
Yeah.
And so it was everywhere, and we all loved it because it was a robot, and it was so cheesy, and it stuck with us in a way that it's hard to talk about. So that's why I wanted to do it, because you don't hear people talk about it.
No.
The 3 that you picked are the ones that people talk about.
Yes.
And so
I'm
not shocked that people didn't gravitate to the Hard Ticket to Hawaii or Plan 9 because of that idea that, well, people already know about these movies. Everybody, what are they going to say? And we really didn't say much.
I mean,
that
there's
anybody else
really
didn't say.
nothing that we said that other people have not
And
said
we
before.
probably pissed off. We probably screwed up some trivia. I know I probably did.
Yeah, whatever. We're not perfect. Deal with us.
And our Plan 9 episode is such a crazy mess, and I did so many funny editing in my voice because I was screwing up names, and I thought it was kind of funny to change the whole episode into life imitating art.
Yeah.
Because we're screwing up the movie about a movie that's screwing itself up, and how funny it would be to
That's true.
totally do that. And I think it's funny, and I think it should be listened to, but I get why someone wouldn't want to listen to it. So now you got one more left.
All right.
And I think
the
that you
least
kind of
listened
guessed
to.
it already in another spot, but
Did I?
Yep.
Oh, Halloween Ends?
No,
No,
it was Hell Trip.
Oh, Hell Trip. God, that's so
Yeah, and those are our first few, and those are some strange ones. You know what blows my mind, though, is House on the Bayou was listened to as much as it was, because who the hell has seen House on the Bayou?
Nobody.
Yeah. It's odd.
I mean,
All I know about that movie is
4 people.
the woman in the movie loves chicken cutlets, right? No,
No,
it was veal cutlets.
Veal. Get it right.
I already screwed it up. I
she
said it a billion times on the episode.
She said the word veal no less than 167
Wouldn't
times
stop.
in the freaking movie. Oh my god. Yeah.
So yeah, those are the 5 most listened to and the 5 least listened to, which I thought was really funny to talk about.
All right.
And you did great guessing.
I tried. I mean, this took what I know of people and what they want to.
So we kind of already. So the next thing to talk about, we kind of already hinted on, but we would like to do some of these same things that we already did and bring some of these things back, like the Turkey Fest.
Yeah.
And I think you said next year I'm getting 3 movies.
Yes.
And so, what like maybe just give some insight on what you would pick for one of your movies, because I already know that without a doubt one of my movies will be Pieces.
I love Pieces.
Yeah, because Pieces is something everybody needs to see. And talk
Okay.
about.
Well, you know that I have an affinity for dolls.
Oh, interesting.
I want to talk about
Dolls.
dolls.
Okay,
Yes.
interesting.
Charles Band.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that. We got a long time before we do that.
Yes.
So that's interesting. That's great.
Yeah.
I want to find some crazy ones because I think Pieces might be talked about, but not. I think it's more on the Maximo Drive and Godzilla thing. But yeah, Dolls is out of left field.
Yeah.
I was thinking we would definitely do one movie that people do talk about, which I would say probably going to be Neil Breen.
Neil Breen. Oh,
I think-
God. Which
I don't know which one to
Neil
pick,
Breen
but
gem would we choose to
I think
talk about?
Are we all going to agree that the best Neil Breen movie is
Fateful Findings?
Faithful Findings is probably the best.
Fateful Findings is it's just a masterpiece.
It kind of is a shit show of epic proportions.
Oh, man.
Twisted Pair really blew my mind of how insane it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, and originally people would say that it was his first movie, was his whatever. No.
Double Down?
Faithful Findings is a mess. It's just unreal. And bad movie, amazing. It's that movie.
I mean, Neil Breen, take all our money, okay? Just take it because
I can't wait for his next movie's
we are going to kickstart everything that you want to be kickstarted because I love you.
Yeah.
And I think you're so great and we appreciate you.
Poor
Neil
Tommy
Breen.
Wiseau. We went to the theater and we saw Tommy's last movie, Greg, which was Best Friends.
Best Friends.
And I enjoyed it. We saw both parts, 1 and 2.
1 and 2 in the theater.
Can you believe that
we
they split
support
it up?
you.
Yeah.
We support you, Tommy and Greg.
So yeah, those are our thoughts on that. Do you think that we're gonna have to find more movies talking trash worthy? I already have some ideas for some movies. We were talking about Boxing Helena, and we were talking about what's another one?
I could spend 3 days on
Yeah.
unboxing a
and another movie that we think needs to be on Talking Trash, which is called The Beyond. And we have a lot to say on those two. So those are 2 we're talking about for next year.
Isn't it Beyond Fulci again or no?
Yes.
Okay.
And in January, it's my birthday month, and I was thinking about doing a entire month of movies of comic book films, because I don't know if you guys know this. Do you know this?
No.
I like comic books.
I didn't know this.
Did you know that? I like
No.
superheroes and DC comics.
Nope, I
You
didn't
don't-
know that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Thanks
yeah,
for
I
telling
do.
me. Thanks.
All right. Yeah, I'm thinking about a whole month of doing comic book movies we've never seen, and I already have to do, and I've been dying to see, is the Captain America films. There's 2 Captain America films we had never seen, where the main star is another, maybe for Turkey Fest, is oh my God,
It's a bad movie
Red
also?
Brown.
Oh yeah, Red Brown.
Which is one of our favorites,
Yeah.
and a movie that we probably should do for Turkey Fest
Hell
is Star
yeah.
Crash. I think that's the movie that he's
I
in.
feel like didn't we do Star Crash? We saw some.
No.
We saw it.
We've seen it. Riff Tracks has done it. We've
Yeah.
seen it, so many times. Miss Giants Theater had done it. That's
Yes.
Red Brown is special. So I'm really looking forward to his Captain America.
But Star Crash is the Hoff. It's David.
oh, I'm
Hasselhoff.
confusing it.
Yeah,
then. What's
no,
the
that's,
Red Brown movie where it's space?
oh,
It's like the same.
Damn it!
And our other All Star is in it. It's
Yeah, Red Brown is in Space Mutiny.
Yes, Space Mutiny. That's the one. Thank you, Space Mutiny. That might be another Turkey Fest.
Oh God.
Our boy Cameron Mitchell is in it,
Oh, Cameron Mitchell, bad movie.
and he's dressed in a
All-star.
tote like he looks like Zeus.
Is that where he says close the fucking door?
No, that's
Oh.
what the hell is that called?
Which movie is that?
Christ, that movie sucks. Oh, it's Hollywood. Beverly Hills.
No. No.
Yes, no, it's Beverly Hills something. It's Sylvester Stallone's brother, Frank Stallone.
Oh, Frank
is the-
Stallone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. That's a bad one.
Ugh. Oh, yeah. We got. I mean, bad movies are like, it's like our drug.
Yeah,
We love bad
we love
movies.
Cameron Mitchell.
And we love Cameron Mitchell. So, you know, I want to do them all. I just want to do them all.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm really happy and I'm excited to find some comic book movies we've not seen. I've been dying. I've never seen it, but Roger Corman's Fantastic Four.
Oh,
I've been wanting to
yes.
see that for a long time. I haven't
Yes.
seen that. There's also a DC Comics movie based on the Justice League, where it's a weird movie where all the Justice League live in a house together, and it's like a real world.
Oh my god.
It's a real movie that exists, and I have been dying to see it. I don't even know how to find it. So I'm gonna have to like somehow figure out how to watch this thing.
Do some research.
I'll have
It's
to
like
do some
literally the
crazy
Justice
research.
League in the real world.
Yeah, it's odd too because the Justice League is like, I think Fire and Ice are in it, and I think Green Lantern is Guy Gardner's character. It's a really strange one. You got to see the pictures of this movie.
I mean,
It's
is it
crazy looking.
animated?
No, it's a live action movie.
And when did that
How
come
did
out?
DC Comics allow it to happen? I have no clue. I have no clue how it was made. But
Oh my
see if
God.
we can find another one besides these four that I want to see. I hope we can. I really do. I want to find something crazy. So,
Wow. All right.
so how do you feel about talking trash overall?
Oh, I love talking trash.
Talking trash.
I love it. It's fun. I like talking. First of all, I love watching bad movies and then getting to talk about them when they don't infuriate me. So I mean, most of the time, I get annoyed, because I want them to be so bad they're good, but they just turn out to be just bad. Not good bad, but just bad. Where like the dialogue sucks and the directing's awful and the plot you just can't get through it. Sometimes you just can't get through it, and that pisses me off. Just like bloody Christmas. I can't even say it anymore. Like movies like that. So, they're hit or miss.
Yeah.
But we did like A Christmas Horror Story. That's also a Shudder movie.
Oh, you're going into movies, other movies. You're just going to talk about Christmas movies now?
No, I'm just saying there's a way to do a Christmas horror movie, and there's a way not to do a Christmas horror movie.
Okay.
That's all.
I mean, I wanted to talk to you about the podcast and how do you think that talking trash as a podcast
See, I
is going?
deviate.
And
I
how
deviate.
You deviated big time there.
Don't let me deviate. Just tell me to shut up.
Oh, I was trying to see where you're going
Oh
with
no!
it.
Well, what I'm saying is, yes, I love the Talking Trash podcast, and I love it even so much more the way you edit things in,
Okay.
because I think it's so much fun the way you edit things in, little tidbits and stuff. And I love not only being watching bad movies, but talking about them with you. So
I enjoy it too. I love talking to you about this stuff. I love joking around about it. It's so much fun.
It's so much fun, and it just makes me laugh because
Yeah.
when we're on the same page, especially, which happens a lot, we just. Oh, I said
And it's like, So yeah.
I love talking. I love talking
So you're
trash.
enjoying it, and we're having a fun time, and we appreciate everybody who listens to this.
Yeah,
And
thank you
and I
guys.
really hope people are having as much fun as we're having making them. And I hope to keep doing it. Like I hope, sooner or later I would love to get advertisers and stuff like that. How, what people normally want to do.
That would be wonderful, but for right now, we're still new at this. We're still growing, and we're not perfect. We do make mistakes and slip ups, and but
Yeah.
oh,
I said it 4 times in the last sentence, so.
All right, so I'm trying to learn. I'm not going to say anymore. I'm
It's
going to
tough.
try. It's very hard. It is very hard, but
Yeah, but seriously.
I do love doing this. I love talking about movies in general. I
Yeah.
love talking about movies. So I love all movies. All genres. I love all of it. So
Maybe we'll work on a little better with putting trivia in and finding some facts and giving more of a who the actors are. And maybe,
I do.
just maybe.
I do that a lot. I do tell you.
well, maybe we'll expand on it, is what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll get a little deeper with it and a little more prepared for some of the movies. Because we really think it's funny to just jump in and rant about it. That's what we think is
Dude,
funny.
that's what
but
I
it
do.
might be a little better to get a little better prepared. Maybe. I don't know.
I
We'll
mean,
see
you're
how
gonna
that
have to
goes.
work on me because I seriously go off track a lot. I mean, I just did it because once I have something in my head and I get an idea,
I'm the
I'm just
one.
like blah 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 blah. So
I'm the one that usually is on a rampage or a rant. You know what I really need though, and maybe we'll work on this. What I was about to say was the names of the characters, because sometimes it's funny when I don't know the names and I make up a fake name. But sometimes we actually need them because it's hard for us to understand who are we talking about right
yeah,
now. Which
well, that's why I
character is this?
usually have my phone and I'm the fact checker and I'm
Yeah.
the name checker. But you still find a way to pronounce shit wrong.
Oh, I'm always going to screw up, and I need your help on that. Oof.
Yeah. All
I think
right.
it's funny though, and you need to point it out when I do it so I can make fun of myself,
Oh
because I
no,
think
I
that's
try.
even funnier.
Yeah, I try. Yeah, drapes.
That might be a call into the future.
Curtains?
I don't think that episode has ever even come out yet.
No. Yeah, it's a call into the future. Sorry, but yeah.
That's a future reference.
I just fucking said again. All
We're
right,
never
I'm
gonna be able
gonna
to
work
stop.
on this.
Believe me.
We're eventually gonna get better, hopefully, or maybe we'll just be stuck, goobering shit up all the time. That's what we're doing.
Well,
But
I love
I
you.
like talking to you, and I love you too.
And I love you, and I'm glad we're doing it, and I'm really enjoying us goofing around and talking about what we love. And I love sharing it with other people, and I hope other people respond to it the same way. And if you do and you enjoy it, reach out to us on Instagram and tell us what's up, and tell us what you don't like and you do like. Whatever, we're down. And you know what? We'll take the all the thoughts
Yeah.
into heart. Well, I don't
Please.
care. I like criticism and I like to hear it. We
Tell us,
literally
yeah.
have a show just about criticizing movies.
Yeah, that's
So,
what we do, and we love to hear your thoughts on things.
Yeah.
You can
What you wanna
can
hear more
find
of,
me.
what you don't.
Yeah, you find me on the Crafty Misfit on Instagram,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
you
I'm
just talk to
running
me.
the account on this show. So on Instagram, love to hear it. And some of the people who've reached out to me have been so nice to me, and there's such a great community of podcasters that are really nice to each other. I love it.
Yeah.
And I would love to hear more of that stuff. And I would love to hear more people. And hopefully in the future, we can collaborate, because we got a lot of people. If I can ever figure out tech stuff. We were hoping to do a collaboration with a podcaster this month. But that, I told him, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I have
we can't get
not
our shit
figured out
together,
the
but
device.
once we get our shit together, I would love to have others join us and talk because we love talking about movies.
Oh, yeah. And I should say this too, since we're doing that. We are planning another, maybe a show that we might do if it works out, but we're going to do it, and hopefully it'll be uploaded this month. I think around this time
and that's
as well.
gonna have our friends.
We're going to do some crazy thing with a couple of friends. We're going to have a group, and we're going to try something new. And if it works out, well, I hope it comes back and we do it more too. So that might be a lot of fun. And I hope maybe people will be laughing at that, because it's going to be insane.
Oh, they're gonna
Because
be laughing.
Just to give people an idea, since we talk trash about people's scripts, we're going to see if we could do one ourselves as a joke.
Yeah,
So we're going to try to do that.
it's gonna be a hoot.
yeah.
Either way, it's gonna be a hoot. So
That might have already
do.
come out. I don't even know, because we haven't even recorded it yet. So
I
we're going
know.
to see. Who knows when I'll just release it into the wild and see how it works out. So, yeah. I hope everybody had a great holiday, and I hope everybody had a great year, and see you next year. And we'll record more.
See you next year,
Thanks for
guys.
listening.
Thank
and as
you.
always, we appreciate you.
We do.
See you later.
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11.